I'm going to show you how I do a dirty pour with a flipped cup using Atelier pouring medium and Atelier free flow. The first thing that I want to do is take some of my pouring medium. And I love this pouring medium because it already has a wonderful consistency. I'm going to put some into these plastic cups, which I like because I can see through them. And now I'm going to add some of my Atelier free flow. Already has a good, wonderful fluid consistency, but using it with this pouring medium really just makes it a lot of fun for these experimental techniques. I'm going to start with white, and the reason I'm going to add white is because white is the densest pigment, and so it tends to want to go to the bottom. And so then I'm going to do some white. Now I'm going to take some, let's see, maybe some French ultramarine blue. Pour some in here. And let's take some of this acrylamide yellow light. We'll add some in here. And maybe we'll add a little more white. And I'm going to use a lot of colors in this one just because it'll be a little fun. We'll take some of my permanent green light that I had here in the background. Add some of this. And let's see, maybe we'll add a little more yellow. We'll add a little more white. You do not need to use this much paint. You do not need to use all these colors. I just want to have some fun. I'm going to take some Pyrrole Orange. That's a really screaming color. And now maybe we'll add some Pyrrole Red. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to mix it just 1-2 times. No more than that. And now what I do for a flip technique is I take my surface, put it on the top. Now I flip. I will set my canvas back down, tuck it in, and now I just lift up. And you can see, because I have that white on the bottom, that on the bottom of my cup, it wants to now sink to the bottom. And I'm just going to let this go. And because I have that heavy pigment, it's going to develop these really cool cells. Now I'll just kind of move it around. I used a lot of paint. But I love some of these actions that I have here. Like, I love this section right over here. Kind of reminds me of a fish. And I like fish. Pour over there. Now I'm being very careful because I don't want to ruin some of these really neat cells that I have here. I love the white on top of that Pyrrole Red. That looks really cool. So I'm just kind of now swirling it around almost like a circle. So I can kind of maybe keep some of those circles. Pour a little off to the edge over here. There we go. Let's put this down. I have my canvas sitting on some cups to keep it level. And maybe I'll do another stir. I really like that red. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a little more white, because again, I want that white that's at the top, that's at the bottom of this cup, to be the one that's on top. So I'm going to go over here and do a quick stir. And now I'm going to pour some more over on this side, over here. You can see that this got a little bit more mixed up. Not quite what I wanted for colors, but it's always an experiment whenever you do a technique like this, and you learn. You learn how much paint to mix up. You learn what color combinations you really like. You know what I'm finding really interesting about this pour, it really is becoming very organic, and it kind of reminds me of the land. It looks like I have definite separations for the earth and for the sky. And also because some of my color mixtures ended up being a little bit more on the earthy side, it really has almost a reptilian type of feel to it, with some of those browns and some of those golds. I think this is going to dry really cool. We'll just take some, pour some out. Now, if there were things that I wanted to do a little bit differently about this, I could just let this dry. I could do some more. I, of course, am going to hold it up, look and see if I have any lumps, if I have any air bubbles. I'll check the sides and see if they're all painted. I can take some of the paint that I have on my board and just cover it up, or I can just do some with a paintbrush, kind of touching things over and moving them around, kind of filling in the swirl a little bit. I think I want to just pull this out. I'm trying to get this so I can stay on the camera while still being in the right direction. So you can see it kind of drip and run. And by doing so, I've been able to get out, pull some more of the greens. And really make some really interesting effects. And that is one way to do a dirty pour with a flip technique. I'm just going to sit and let this dry, and I'll show you what it looks like when it is all done.